Hello everybody, I hope you're doing good this beautiful Sunday. I don't know, it's beautiful here. I don't know how it is where you are. I wanted to show you, hopefully we'll have time for more than one way of using these beautiful, I'm absolutely in love with them, earring cutters and textures. So that is quite important to keep in mind. But what I wanted the most, give me just a second here to grab my okay, so please don't forget to use my affiliate link, because that is what helps me to give, hi Christina, to give gift certificates to people. I wish I could afford more, but as you know, I'm just on a disability income, so this is the only way that I can partake with you, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, and I just get credit. I don't get money, I get credit, but I can buy gift cards for Polyclayplay, and the same goes for my Amazon influencer store. So what I'm doing, this is one of my specialties, the chopped pearlescents and metallics, and I'm going to show you a really neat way. First, this is the first one. Hopefully we'll have, as I said, we'll have time to do more than that. A way of getting some absolutely fabulous designs and looks. Hi Beth. From these absolutely fabulous, I'm telling you, I'm just so in love with them, you cannot even believe. So what I did here, I have white pearl, and also remember that I do the Primo, because the Primo will show better on camera immediate results, but for the best results with this chopping technique, I always recommend Cernit. And that is because why I don't do Cernit on camera in the lives, it's because, as you know, the Cernit translucent is white when it's raw. It only becomes translucent once it's baked, while Primo has already translucenty when it's raw. And all the metallics and pearlescents are actually industrial mica powder mixed in translucent. So this is how, and remember I was telling you and I showed you before how to make your own colors. Hi Lianka. So I have here white pearl, I have here bronze, and here is a combination of like 2 parts sunset pearl and 1 part bronze. So it's quite reddish, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab about 1/3 of each. The one in the middle will be divided in 3/3, obviously. The ones on the side will only have 1/3 taken away, and kind of separate them a little bit. And we are going to mix these adjacent thirds. They don't have to be super duper mixed, and the whole thing will look like some kind of gemstone, but you wouldn't be able to tell what. It just looks stony. Okay, so of course you can go do a Skinner blend and then chop the Skinner blend, but this is much faster. Okay. and the results are just beautiful. Alrighty, so now once I did that, gently get them back together. And now you have to be very careful because when consolidating, why? Because as you can see, these cutters are pretty much, if you reduce them to one shape, that would be an elongated diamond, right? And what you want to do is to have, so let's consider this a Skinner blend, even if it's not a Skinner blend, but what you want is to have one end here and one end, hold on, we'll go like this, one end at this area here, so not entirely here, but covering a little bit of this as well, at this of this side. So not just the point here, but a little bit of this side. So I am going to kind of get this square-ish and then push this very gently. You can kind of pull from the middle if need be. Because you want to create that diamond pattern. And you grab it like this. And then you're going to consolidate it as much as you can. I got the copper here. I don't know how it got here. You can use the roller or you can use your acrylic thingy. But this is pretty much how you want it to be. And it has to be very well pushed together because otherwise you'll have cracks. And I have a white here that shouldn't be here. So make sure that it is very, very well pushed together. And then check it to be even. So as you can see, I have here, it's a little bit thicker than the rest. So and in this thing you can actually do three different patterns at the same time. All right, now I have it. It's relatively even in thickness, and what I want to do is to cut it in two. I mean in thickness in two. And get it this, because I usually look on the left side to see if I'm going straight. Needs a little bit to go perfectly in the middle with the not being able to look straight from above because of the camera. Yeah, this one is a little bit thicker. Alrighty. Now I'm going to grab my roller and get them. It's not very symmetrical, but I'll go there. And you want to get it flattened out. Don't press too hard. You want it flattened out to get to the size of the cutter. Just a little bit more, I guess. Yes, because remember the cutter is a little bit in here. So let's do the same with this one. Hi, Lynn. Awesome. Did you have issues? Okay, so this is good too. So now I'm going to put them on each on a mirror. And yeah, I got a little bit of white here, but that's fine. It's going to just make it look prettier. And you want the part that has the most of the darkest, you want it to the side. And then you want to do just a little bit of burnishing, just to be on the safe side, in case there are areas that don't hold too well. Okay, and the other one. Alrighty, so the next thing is to put in the cutters. And you kind of want to grab as much as possible of the darker part for effect. Same goes for this one. So I'm going to bring it as much as possible towards this end. And oh, that's not good. Hey, get back down there. I forgot to put armor on. But it still came out good, so that's okay. So what you want to do is, if need be, and you can keep this and continue doing more stuff, you just chop it up. If need be, apply any corrections, and you want to push a little bit to make sure that it won't get away from the little circle in the middle. Now your next thing is to, hi Sharon, to bake these, and you can already see partially that it is really pretty, but what you want to do is to bake these, and then what I do when I want to, you want to reduce these rounded things. So the way that I went I went with a 120 grit, then with a 240 grit, then with a 400, with a 600, with an 800, 1000, and 1200. And this is done with white pearl, gold, and copper. So you can see how gorgeous they are, how they come up once you're done with the whole thing. Let me refocus a little bit so you can see better in a close-up. See all the prettiness of them. So let's get back to normal focus. I think that should be it. Alrighty, then the next thing we need to do is to grab some black. Yeah, and you can use, you don't need a lot of it. You need only a little bit of it. And you can leave them like this if you want. You know, I mean, they are very pretty the way they are. You can even make, another thing that would be absolutely gorgeous is to make faux ivory or bone. It will look fabulous and very much like it. But you grab a little bit of black and then you mix it with some bacon bond. It needs to get a little bit gooey. Not very gooey, but a little bit gooey. And why is that? Because you cannot really put bacon bond in these tiny little lines because they are too tiny, right? So what you want to do is to mix the clay itself with bacon bond until it's super soft. And we will do a clay inlay. Well, I have 2 or 3 tutorials with how to do clay inlays. Actually, I think I need just a little bit more. If you go on my channel, remember there's a little search box and you can input their inlay and they will pop up. I know I don't have I didn't do yet a bone and ivory, faux bone and faux ivory, but I guess I should do that. And as I said, I have a pretty good something lined up with the wolf. That wolf, of course, this is the largest and this is better for various decorative objects. I mean obviously you cannot wear a jewelry piece this big, but I ordered it because I wanted, first of all, I wanted to see exactly how it looks, and second, I want to do a combination of something with a dream catcher. So I thought that looks absolutely perfect. Okay, so I'd like it to be even a little more, because it breaks. So how much you add is until you can pull it apart with until it becomes a string without breaking. That's when you know how much if you added enough bacon bond. And you want to add bacon bond, not of course you can add liquid clay, it won't be as good, but it will still be okay. But you want to add bake and bond because you want the black clay to adhere perfectly and bond with the clay that is in those little lines. Yeah. So let's see how good it is now. Yeah, see how now it's just fine. It gets stretched to a very fine line before doing anything, before breaking. So grab this and you start pushing it in. Don't worry at this step if it gets on the surface too. You're going to clean it up. Right now all you worry is to get it in the lines. So and I'm going to grab my blade and trim the extra, and I still have to go in this little line here. You can put one, of course, in the under the circle, but it's not necessary. It will look just fine even just like this. Okay, so now you go with the finer trim. It's very sticky, so that's why you keep seeing me grabbing it on my hands, on my fingers. And see, still need to put a little bit here. Alrighty, and we'll take care of what's still left there in a minute. You actually can just go ahead and bake it like this and then just sand what's on top, but you don't have to. So you'll pretty much cover the whole thing to start with, and then you'll have to shave it. And you'll have to clean your hands from time to time. And let's shave it. Kinda sorta done, and what we do next to completely clean it if you don't want to sand too much, because practically if you clean it before baking, you don't have to sand at all, you just need to buff one more. That we are okay. Glad you made it. So I'm just going to put some alcohol on a paper towel. See how it cleans up beautifully. It even cleans up. This one cleaned up too much. Oh, I guess I didn't press well enough. All right, let's try and fix this. I'm going to make a groove here. See, everything can be fixed. Oh goodness, how did you manage to do that? Yeah, I think that every time YouTube comes up with some new fancy stuff, there's a high chance that it's going to mess up your settings. Okay. So of course this is not shiny anymore because I just put alcohol on it, but you want to clean it nice and well. All right, so this is what you get. I think that this is a little bit too bright, don't you think? It's a little better. So this is how it looks. Of course, you might want to do just one little sweep of sanding. And as I said, it's not all shiny. But the look altogether is going to be absolutely fabulous. And these ones, I think what I'm going to try with these ones is to not sand, just apply the inlay, which will be much thicker, but I'm going to apply an inlay that will be probably graphite or gold, just to have a, and also chopped so that I can have a, or maybe not chopped, that's twisted, to get some mica shift stuff. And another way that you can work this, if you have, I know that I have a ton of 4 turquoise tutorials. Do this in 4 turquoise and then do this in gold. And I would suggest 18 karat gold. If you don't have 18 karat gold, then do 2 parts white pearl with 1 part regular gold, and you'll get something that's pretty bright and pretty close to the 18 karat gold. And if you want to use silver, again, use 2 parts white pearl, 1 part silver, and it will look beautiful. So you'll have like a turquoise with gold or silver inlay. That would look gorgeous as well. And you can use pretty much any other faux gemstone. You know that I have a playlist just with faux gemstones. Let me get on my channel and switch to display. If you look here, I have playlists, yes, and one of them, yes, I do have, this is my private playlist for Finnegan when I want him to be just watching and not go into zoomies when I'm busy. But one of them is, see, I have a playlist with just turquoises, and then I have a playlist with faux gemstones. It's somewhere here. Because I just put, because I have, there you go, imitation gemstone techniques. And they are both the uploaded tutorials and some lives. You can do this with faux jade, it would look good. I'm not sure about the rhodochrosite. Mother of pearl would look absolutely gorgeous. As I said, turquoise. Let's see. I wouldn't do this in chevron amethyst or Larimar. The thing is that you need a faux gemstone that's pretty uniform and more towards the opaque. Okay, so don't do that with fire opals. The turquoise is pretty uniform and opaque. Malachite with gold would look beautiful too, but because malachite is pretty opaque, and even if it has patterns. Let's see what else I have here. For the members, the blue lace would look good with gold. And aquamarine would look good with silver too, not just gold. But I don't know if I have more. I'll have to look through them. Rhodochrosite is a little bit too much. Agate the same. They are a little bit too busy and too transparent to use. The same goes for carnelian. The quartz, the jade, the aquamarine, they all work good with gold and with silver. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, malachite and gold would look gorgeous. And let's try and see a different something to use. What you can do, and I do recommend you do this, you can do a beautiful mokumegane, because don't get, I mean, this would work good with just the plain color. And another thing that you can do it like this, but then you can just cut the round and place it on top of what is here. So another thing that you can do, and of course you can cut every little thing, you can do regular color, for example, and go with like pomegranate red, because for the holidays coming, right? You can go with the pomegranate red, fill this with gold, and then put on top of it, put the forest green. Put another little thing of forest green, and I would add also some golden glitter in the forest green. And another thing that you can do, and it would look beautiful as well, would be to use this chop technique, but do the end do it translucent. You can do the whole thing with translucent and still have the inlays with gold or silver, but just try to imagine if you have you make a pinkish chopped thing for the top, and then slightly go, either you just slightly go with translucent and it ends with translucent and you do this in gold, or you do the very top pinkish and then do the very top with pink translucent and end in regular translucent. And again, you can do that with gold or with silver. I think that there's a big number of combinations that you can use, and they will all look beautiful. Another thing you can do, if you don't want to go metallic and pearlescent, you can just go with a chopped regular clay, but what you'd have to do is to have it super finely chopped. Start with white, then do gray, and then do black, or not really black, but dark gray. And then make sure that the gray is super finely chopped, and then mix it all the way that it would kind of get into the white, and the same into the gray, and then it will look like stone. So that would be a very impressive thing to do, and you don't even have to do inlay. You can just do it like this, and if it's nicely polished and buffed, it will be great. You of course can put resin on it, but if you decide to put resin on it, it would have to be a little bit thinner than this, because adding the resin, you don't want your lobe to start getting pulled down. But nevertheless, as you can see, and again, you don't have, you can do mokumegane, for example, and then do this in inlay, or leave it as is. I would go for a mokumegane made out of stone colors. And remember, Cernit, I don't know if you have it, but you can make it without a regular. Cernit has a whole stone line, and that would work beautiful. So anyway, I know it's not a full hour. I try to get it done at 12:30 because I noticed most of you like it better at 12:30, and that was the poll showed. But and I was able to do it, but I'm not able to go too much into it. But I hope you like it and you consider it a good technique. So please don't forget to like. If you're watching this for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget you can find this at Polyclayplay, these cutters and many other cutters. And please don't forget to use my my affiliate link. And generally speaking, please don't forget to use my Amazon influencer link, because that one too helps me get stuff for people. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being here, and have a wonderful end of the weekend. Thank you. Bye.